So I'm here in Orange, we're in a coffee shop. I'm catching up with my friend and colleague, Chris. And Chris is going to talk me through one of the latest and greatest projects that he's been working on.
Yeah.
So what have we got today, Chris?
Yeah, we have Training Space. It's a unique opportunity up in Palo Alto, California, so a very affluent area. It's one of a kind, state-of-the-art personal training facility. It really kind of is a differentiating spot in an area that has a lot of innovative type of people. And I think that was kind of what Mike was driving for when we helped create this space together.
So what was he looking to do? What was his why?
Yeah, so he took a look at the market that he was in and kind of said, look, everybody's kind of doing the same thing, right? There was nobody really differentiating themselves, and he had enough drive to say, I can do this better. He really recognized the need for that space because that level of customer really wants that kind of experience. So he married the offering that he brings to the table as well as the high-end boutique type of look and feel. Mike, by trade, is a power lifter. When we start to talk and kind of understanding what he was trying to put together, was understanding what his background is and what he was trying to do from that point. And once I found out what his marketplace was and who he was trying to appeal to, it was then trying to say, okay, you know, that's fine, we can drive that for you, but what we found in our experience, because Escape, we're a global brand. We don't just pull information and data just from here in the US, we pull it from all over the world. I told him, I was like, these are the things that we're seeing people doing across the globe. And so slowly, over time, we got him to kind of hone in on certain types of personal training and kind of move more towards away from the heavy stuff and go towards more of a functional base. Obviously, we want to still honor his tradition, his roots, right? What we try to do is we try to look for those little details because those little details matter to each customer. So what we did is we put in a half squad, which is a great piece of kit. It really marries the strength and storage portion, which was at the time wasn't something that was commonly done, is obviously becoming more prevalent nowadays. And then what we try to do is we did something very unique in this piece right here. We took one of our cross hub frames. Yeah. We removed the storage and we put mirrors on either side of it. And what this allowed us to do is he had these freestanding squat platforms that he could utilize. And it's a very unique look that was kind of the linchpin of this facility, because as soon as you walk in, you see these platforms and you see these mirrors, and it really has never been done anywhere else. And that was kind of the unique part of his space. He wanted something that really kind of drove to his roots, but was something completely different. We had this space left open. I always try to leave a little extra space because, inevitably as you start to get customers more aware of what's going on, their creativity bubbles start to bubble up and they say, hey, what about this and what about this? So what we try to do is leave a space for small group training. This is going to be more of our floor marking base, where we put this floor marking type of material onto it, depending if you want it water jetted in or want the material put onto the rubber or turf or whatever you have in your solution. But we wanted to give him a space that he can run small group PTs in there, because obviously being a PT studios, most personal trainers are going to have clients more than one or two at a time, right? So we wanted to give him a little bit of flexibility. And then since it is floor graphics, it really doesn't take up any space, right? So for instance, when he's not utilizing the space, they can stack plyo boxes right here, and then when they want to utilize the space, they can do a small group class in this space. And it really just kind of signifies this space as being something unique and different, but ultimately doesn't take a footprint up. Right. So you can kind of use it whenever he wants.
Okay. And then what we got here, just dumbbells and squat racks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a traditional PT studio, so obviously we had to marry in some of his traditional pieces. So we went with our premium urethane dumbbells. There's a great dumbbell with a flat edge onto them, and it really kind of brought the circle back with that high-end premium experience. And this was the unique piece here with this turf right here too. So these right here are windows that looking into a major street right here. He really wanted something at night where I think he gets something around 10 to 15,000 drive-bys a day. We really wanted to signify something when somebody's driving by, they see this sled work going on, they have these lights going down onto it. So when people are driving by, they go, what's that in that facility, right? And it was really to gear their interest, so to create drive-by traffic, so create that excitement, almost like a street sign, one of those marquee signs that lights up. He wanted something that caught people's attention as they drove by and said, hey, that's a space I need to get into and see what's going on there. And once again, we branded it his coloring, so it really kind of matched the whole theme of what was happening in the space. What we tried to do is find once again, kind of like some of the other designs we do, is create this specialized PT area, right? Like if you're going into this space, you're signifying a different style workout. This is your velvet rope type of space. So these are for more your high-end clients. When you go in this space, you know you're gonna get more of a performance-based workout. And then what we try to do right here is marry in some cardio. So what we did in this space is create that premium experience. People can come in here, do group training, and then you can still incorporate the cardiovascular portion of it. So you can run small group classes here. Mostly it's gonna be for your small group PTs, 1 to 3 to 4 or 5 people in it.
So now the big reveal. What's the 3D like?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, nice.
So that's the top-down vision. Very simply, we went with the lighting, the graphics on the wall, everything. Mike really took everything to heart and really built this facility to the letter. It almost, when you walk in, it looks just like the rendering, to the point where this was sheetrock, and we didn't realize it till later, but he was like, how do I get those concrete bricks onto the wall? So we had to go out and help, we had to help him source this, and it was kind of funny, but it really set off the space. And I mean, that's the unique thing about Mike. He didn't skip on any of the details. And I think in his area, that's important because he is servicing such a high-end market and clientele. You really had to do every detail, and he really did that, and you really have to give him kudos for that. And then you can kind of see some of these markings that we made. He wanted something very simple, but kind of symbolized each space. So as you can see, we have more of a power going in this space right here, more of a power look, but it was very clean, very simple.
So our creative team, did all the wall graphics.
Yeah, definitely built from scratch. He wanted to kind of symbolize it, keep it clean, but say, hey, this is that space, right? You're going to do strength in this space. Hey, you're going to do a little bit of functional in this space. So our graphics team took the brief and really kind of put it all together. And that's what we do. We really try to understand what the customer's driving at and really make sure that we give them the look and feel that they're looking for. We really kind of sat down and made sure that we covered every single detail. There wasn't really anything missed on this facility. And it shows. I mean, I think his return on investment, his ROI was less than 6 months.
Right.
He's breaking even after 6 months. So it really is it is a collaborative effort, but I think we really nailed it with this one. I want people in this area to come in and say, this is not like anything we've ever seen before. We want a space that really kind of breaks the mold.
So that's a pretty cool facility, Chris. So look, if you're watching and any of this is interesting, then we can work with you from just a scratch of idea on a piece of paper to a full business plan. Whatever you have. Chris has been doing this for years. You can see the examples of what we're able to do, taking it from a vision to an empty sort of 2D CAD to a 2D Visio, and then right through to a big 3D plan, which includes wall graphics and designs and even logo designs if you want. So if you're interested in any information, just contact Chris. He's based in California, and we'd love to help you out with any projects that you've got.